This is a very special house. It is a historical monument. In fact, every year the local municipality invites us to open the house out to the public. It is 103 years old and it is built in the English country house style. So it was built, the building was completed in 1914 and the house is located in an 8-acre estate with a tennis court and with a fountain, a lotus pond, a canal. This was purchased by the government of India in 1953. The Netherlands was one of the first countries to establish diplomatic relations with India. The representative of Netherlands was there in Delhi on August 15, 1947. Our ambassador came here in 1949 and stayed in a different place till 1953.
How do you like it being in here in the Netherlands? What is the tenure that you are here now? Or less
I
than
came
a
in
year?
June of last year. It has been a very busy period. We have had a number of activities. One of my first and important visitors was Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee from West Bengal, who came with a big business delegation, a media delegation. The West Bengal government won a prize at the UN Public Forum for a project that it runs for the girl child in India. Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee was followed by Prime Minister Modi, who came on an 8-hour visit, but it was a very intense and an action-packed visit. He met the Prime Minister, he met the King, he met the Queen, he met top CEOs from Netherlands. He had an address to the Indian community. Over 3,000 people gathered to listen to him speak. Organizing a number of events to celebrate various occasions. I just mentioned to you about Monuments Day. We celebrated the Independence Day, August 15th here in the India House, the residence of the ambassador. We had a big Gandhi Jayanti celebration when we launched a campaign called Follow the Mahatma. We had a peace march in the city of The Hague. We brought a cycle all the way from India, personally used by Mahatma Gandhi. The Yoga Day was in the city hall of The Hague. But in 2018 June, we are going to make it even bigger and take it to Amsterdam. We are hoping to organize it in the Museum Plain of Amsterdam. And not just have a yoga demonstration, but also have a big festival. We have Indian food, dances, music, wellness stalls, Ayurveda, maybe even some astrology. So,
Prior to being a diplomat, you had been very closely associated with media as well.
Right, I began my career as a journalist. I was staff correspondent of the Indian Express in Kochi for 2.5 years. This was from 83 to 86. And then in 86 I joined the Foreign Service. And in the Foreign Service I first went to Hong Kong, where I learned the Chinese language. Then I served twice in Beijing. I served in Geneva in the Indian mission to the UN. I was in Washington DC in our embassy, and I was Consul General of India in Dubai. So throughout my career, media has been an area of interest, and I've interacted closely with the media wherever I have been deployed.
Coming back to the basically Indian press thing, do you really think what the role of the Indian media at the current state of affairs at this point of time? Would you want to comment something on that?
India can be legitimately proud of its media. We have extraordinary diversity and our media has a high degree of independence. And people write well, produce well. The quality of our media is very high by any global standard. So I think one can be very proud of the Indian media, but at the same time, like everywhere else in the world, the media is facing a number of challenges. One, print publications are dying out everywhere, it's all turning digital. And secondly, there is fear that media is manipulated, there is fake news, there is paid news. So these are challenges which I think we as a society have to collectively address ourselves. The answer doesn't lie in suppressing the freedom of the press, but in self-regulation to some extent by the media itself, and by making sure that that diversity of opinion is always available so that the readers, the public can look at it, look at different opinions and decide for themselves what is the truth. Also, I would say that in general there is a complaint Indian media doesn't focus adequately enough on economic issues, on issues that affect the common man, issues of poverty and development. I think that there needs to be a conscious effort by our media to focus more on the common man's problems and not just the big.
You've been in the Netherlands for almost 6 months and you've really met a large amount of diaspora, people from the diaspora basically. What would be your comments on the Indian community here in the Netherlands?
So the large majority of whom, around 200,000 people, are those whose ancestors were taken as indentured labor from India to Suriname, and then from Suriname they have migrated to the Netherlands. They are all Dutch citizens, they are Dutch language speakers, they have been educated in the Dutch system, but they still hold India very close to their hearts. They are fond of Indian food, Indian music, Indian traditions, Indian culture,
very close to roots,
Hindi language. So I think they are a wonderful community, and it is the endeavour of the embassy to bring them as close to India as possible, to encourage them to take the Overseas Citizen of India card, to travel to India, to study in India, to do business in India. The people who have come from India are an equally important community because many of them, we have big businesses here, we have professionals here, we have large number of students here, and they come from all parts of India, and they truly provide a lot of strength to the Indian community. So collectively, if the Indian community can stand together and work together, we would have a great impact on the Dutch society and on Europe in general, because there is, other than in UK, Netherlands has the largest Indian population. India is a country unique, very different from any other country. We are a country which believes in peace. We are a country of Buddha and Mahatma Gandhi. We are an extraordinarily diverse country where every religion coexists in peace and harmony. That today, while once upon a time we were a poor country, today we are marching forward on the path of economic growth. We are one of the fastest growing economies in the world, with an average of around 7% economic growth. We are making a determined push to eliminate poverty, to create world-class infrastructure, to make sure that education and health reach all parts of the country, to bring welfare and benefits to our women, to our girl child.
I know that you are very good in Chinese language as well. Did you pick up some Bengali on your way when you were with him?
I got to really enjoy Ilish much.
Oh, wow.
We've really had a very positive start to our stay here. Generally speaking, we found the Dutch to be very, very straightforward, very honest. When they say yes, it means yes. When they say no, it means no. So there is no ambiguity, and I really appreciate that kind of straightforwardness. And the Indian community was really warm, and they welcomed us with open arms. In the embassy itself, we have a group of ladies come together once a month, and it is very important for the ladies or the spouses in the embassy to stay connected, to support each other, because when you're away from home, you're very lonely, you tend to get lonely. So when you have this kind of group which does things together, which discusses issues, where you, of course, share a cup of tea and some good food, but there is that, camaraderie and the feeling that, I understand what you're going through and you understand what you're going through, and making the best of the situation here. As a spouse of a diplomat, where you get transferred every 3 years, often people find it very hard to pursue a career. I think I've been very, very fortunate in being able to find jobs in every place that we've been to, every country that we've been to, and in the field that I really enjoy being in, that is education. So in my resume I can write I've worked in 5 continents and so many countries, and I've worked with different cultures, different education systems, which actually gives you